but also they have shown certain archetype of a death ball comp. We see them run the Claw Chip, Loi, even the Fredrin comp in the finals, and they just got Joy.
Giving Joy over to Fabian is usually not the best idea. And Team Liquid also banned out the Suyo, so Team Flash don't even have the most common pickup to match up against it in the jungle. So they may have to consider going the Fredrin route that we saw earlier from Evo's Holy. But they will lock in the Cho. That's going to give them a good way of locking down this very slippery jungler.
That and the Loi. So if you want to play some macro game, the Loi is definitely going to be there. Again, Cho is still a flex pick. As of this point, we've seen him be in the XP lane as a secondary roamer of sort. If you Team Liquid ID, there's the Matilda still left up. I know Widdy loves the Matilda. It's one of his signature pick. But also, if you want big setters, you can rely on Widdy to go for that too. The Bruno, in fact, is going to be the choice, and the Hylos to boot.
The Bruno has really not been popular ever since the challenge season started, despite being the hero pick that you had to contest during the M series. But still gonna be pretty strong, right? Once you get that Malefic gun, you are going to be pelting people from pretty far away for a lot of damage. They did reduce Bruno's overall range just a tiny bit, but he is still a very strong laner. And then the Alpha does eventually come out from Team Flash. It's the best option they have left against the Joy.
Yeah. Now going into the second ban phase. At least for Team Flash, they can start looking at a mid lane choices, right? Like the Hescu's hero pool. You can start banning out the Sicilian, which is one of Liquid ID's comfort picks.
The Sicilian not going to be available, so they want to make sure that TLID can't play the similar style that they did in the past. And I do like that TLID will ban the Matilda as well. You don't want to give away the Alpha Matilda combo. It doesn't really matter whose hands it's in. It's so potent and not difficult to play at all. Instantly snowballs the early game for you. Let's see if they continue focusing onto that mid lane dominance. Loi gives you a lot of pressure early on. And wow, they get rid of the Xavier too.
That's a deep pocket ban. We saw Liquid ID pull out the Xavier in the M Series Swiss stage. So it is something that if you're not paying attention, you probably won't think about it. Speaking of which, they also had the Hilda is still up, but now that there's the Alpha, probably not the best choice. Another pick that Liquid ID has really shown every now and then in the M Series, or I think alongside RQ, is the Belleric, right? Like it's a pick that started by Team Spirit, and then it started popping a lot more. Oh, you get the Jaw Hate ban. So Liquid ID, they are definitely kind of clamping down on the roamer role despite having a Cho on Team Flash KH side.
Yeah, they're just making sure you won't have a Jawhead and Joe combo, in which case Joey just doesn't get to play the game, right? Joe is already a bit hard to deal with. You don't want to add more onto that plate. And while Belleric is something that TLID likes to pull out from time to time, it's usually in response to a Joy. So since they're the ones playing it instead, I doubt they'll be going for it. They do lock in the Farsa, so still making sure that they've got that artillery fire on their side. And now they are going to be looking for either a roam or EXP, depending on where this high-lows goes.
I mean, this Khalid got taught, the usuals. What else? I mean, you could... The Tigger is still up. So they go for the Khalid this game. Feels like there's a chance that this is a Widdy Khalid. I know he plays plenty of that Khalid roam.
Well, I literally just said earlier that I'm still not the biggest fan of Khalid roam. I think it'll be a lot more effective on a team like TLID, who is already known for being a bit more aggressive in the early game. I think the best way for a Khalid roam to work is to instantly disrupt the jungle at level 1 or 2, but you also don't really want to do that against an Alpha.
Yeah, that too. See, Team Flash KH, now they get to reveal this last card, right? It's gonna be a gotcha pick.
Let's fight to our heart's
So it's kind of up in the air. The Luca is completely let through, so it's going to be the Lucas XP for sure.
Lucas has been very hit or miss so far. in the challenge season. In the right hands, an absolute pain in the butt to deal with. We saw Kirk just being an unstoppable frontline for Onyx yesterday. But for players who may be less experienced or in the wrong team compositions, he really doesn't end up contributing very much. So let's see if Team Flash can make it work. Him alongside the Joe and Aloy actually adds a good amount of crowd control to Team Flash to play around with. So it could be what they need to maybe slow down Fabian.
Yeah, and it also is it's kind of a good way to get to this Farsa, right? Like once you stick onto the Farsa, I think you can just blow up your HQ with the amount of gap closing and damage that this Lucas provides. So let's see Team Flash KH against Team Liquid Indonesia in game 1 of this best of 3. We've got Liquid TLID blue side, Team Flash KH on the red.
Yesterday, when we interviewed King Kong, he said he wanted to meet TLID again, and I would imagine that Team Liquid feel the same way. So a victory here will be very important to instantly qualify into the challenge finals. And I'm curious to see how the early game will go as well for them. With this TLID, which I've already expressed some doubts about, we can see that he's already playing quite aggressively on Team Flash's half of the jungle and leaning towards the gold lane since he's not going to be able to invade against Jamal.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, I mean, Fabian and King Kong. I mean, Liquid ID and Onyx Philippines, really good friends. But of course, I don't. King Kong's objective is just to beat Fabian again for the 100th time, which has been the case since the M series. They had this love-hate relationship. We've seen plenty of contests around that. But I do like how Team Flash KH, they're trying their best at least to keep up with the rotation, though they would run into Fabian in the mid lane.
Whoa!
Yehescu picks up a first blood.
I think this is something we've been seeing from a lot of junglers in the higher level squads, where they just suddenly rotate through the mid lane when you least expect it. Because roamers and mid laners will generally try. Oh! Fabian actually stole that from Jama. He's not level 4 yet.
That is going to be unfortunate. But silver lining, Shama is still going to hit forward when the turtle spawns. Bad news is that he's going to be a level behind Fabian. He's going to get the purple buff. He's not in a rush in any way. Bot side, Lucas getting gone on ATM, forced to retreat. No level 4 for him, and because of that recall, he's going to miss that entire wave as Weedy soaks up mid side to get closer to his ult. He's going to hit it. Does have the quick set guard to soak up to recover HP. Turtle secured by Chama. Aran is just eating up all the damage, and now Chama is completely trapped. He's going to go down to Witty, and the Cho also falls. Raging Sandstorm does miss, but Witty doesn't really care. ATM in the Sacred Beast form will not be able to catch up. In fact, they use the Loy out diversion onto Aran, who has to revitalize, so he will be fine.
They were definitely hoping to catch Witty with that diversion, but instead it was Aran, and Ayonzo actually gets picked off by Aaron Shiki and Fabian in the gold lane. So Bruno is already projected to win lane against Moscow. Now it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, in that short span, we've already got 4 kills for Liquid ID. ATM trying to jump into Yehescu. Glorious Pathway laid out by Aran as well. ATM.
Shockwave!
The turret snipes to Yehescu and gets out with his life.
Yehescu definitely forgot about the beast mode ult for Lucas for a moment there. If he had flew away just a little bit further, it would have been totally fine. But then suddenly that shockwave flies out, bursts him, does just enough damage. Because surprisingly that... Oh, Chama?
It does hurt, just like Chama feels the pain. And Fabian not in just yet. So this is a 2-level lead for Fabian, and it is still growing. He's gonna try and steal this camp away. Tai.
Ooh, good kick.
Good kick onto Fabian. Pulled back by the duality. He still dashes away in time. ATM has no ultimate to catch up. And Yehescu takes care of Tai. Unfortunately, Aran will zone out ATM. This is just a scrappy fight. Gray uses the diversion to try and catch Fabian, but he gets caught himself. Yehescu cashes in on another kill.
I like the initiative by Cray to see if he can catch Fabian there, because a kill onto the Joy would be very nice here, but ends up not achieving anything and even throwing his own life in the process. I think he should have stayed in the bush and just recalled instead of trying to walk out. But Team Liquid already with a 3,000 gold lead in 4 minutes.
Yehescu He's gonna rotate up to the top side. Aonzo will get out. And ATM, he is now top side. Sacred Beast form. Gonna go for Aaron Shiki. The shockwave connects, but the damage is not there.
I'm so impressed by the mechanics from Aaron Shiki there. He was straight up being surrounded and cut off from his team by ATM, but he just times his dash perfectly so that he's able to walk out fine. Like, Team Liquid showing us why they are the N-Series runner-ups here. Team Flash trying to go for aggressive plays, trying to find pickouts wherever they can, but the EXP and gold difference is already leagues apart, and we're only 5 minutes in.
Almost a 1k gold lead per minute average for TLID. Lane swap will happen. You can see Cray to come in with a diversion. ATM turns to the Sacred Beast, takes the ball in the face and ends up going down. Tier 1 turret destroyed by Aaron Shiki. And now the King is online. Tied. The next target on the block. Double kill for Aaron Shiki. Your head skill cashes in onto Cray. And Chima is also dead. Triple kill for Aaron Shiki.
And 4-0 on the Bruno Berserker's Fury in 5.5 minutes. I think the game is a little bit over.
I hate to agree, but yeah, I think this game is close to being done. But Aaron is not done just yet. He is proxying waves to get the mid tier 1. ATM now is gonna be in the red zone. If Team Flash KH, they just don't have any space to breathe. It's a 7.5k gold lead, 6 minutes in for TLID.
Normally having a 1000 gold advantage per minute is already an insane lead, and Team Liquid is actually further ahead than that. I have not seen this for a very long time. Team Flash does still have tools to play aggressive, but they're going to be lacking on items and damage quite heavily. Even the diversion with 3 members to try and catch Aaron Shiki, and he's already aware of it and dashing away. Like, Team Flash, their lineup really doesn't scale too well into the late game. Only Moskov, really. And that's if Aonzo was actually farming okay. I think we all know he is not farming okay. So, Team Liquid, completely in the driver's seat.
This is gonna be pretty tough for Team Flash KH. I mean, that goalie is still ballooning. And if he also wants to farm, tough luck, he's not gonna be able to get much space around, and Aaron Shiki are gonna show up top side. Meanwhile, the Lucas is just not having a game at all. ATM, he sees all these members, he's opening up the map, but there is no way for him to have any impact as of now.
Yep, and another turtle goes over to Fabian. Team Flash cannot hold any presence on the map right now. Diversion aggressively, they're looking for Aaron.
Aaron Shiki isolated, but not anymore. Winnie with a flicker raging sandstorm saves him, and Yehescu gets a double kill. Fabian finds the cash out onto ATM. And Team Liquid ID have a 10k gold lead in 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, at this point, we just have to avert our eyes because this is no longer safe for children viewing, you know? It is such a one-sided massacre, even more so than we saw from Onyx yesterday. I have literally never seen an 11,000 gold advantage at the 8-minute mark. Just look at the difference in items. The cores on Team Liquid are nearly completing their third. Team Flash, some of them don't even have their first.
This is we're teetering on the edge of witnessing a little war crime by TLID. This is this oppression. Like, what do you do, right? TLID, they're not gonna clear the waves. If you want the wave, you gotta walk out of your base. So, good luck on doing that if you're Team Flash KH. They are just boxed in.
Fabian even went for a holy crystal as a second item because he's just that rich, you know. You usually would get that as a third item, but hey, when you're this far ahead, why? Oh, wishing lantern on Joy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Fabian.
You don't have to do that, Fabian, but sure. Might as well. What's next? Concentrated energy. Genius 1. You know, we go back to the old Joy playbook.
Just get a second holy crystal.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's just do that as well, you know?
I almost died trying to kick him. Fabian.
Okay, they got him.
Die.
Actually punished.
Woo.
Actual karma at play for once.
I tell you.
At this point, what do you even do? Like, you finally got a shutdown on the enemy Joy, and it barely made a dent in their 10k net worth difference. It's just... It's a little bit disappointing.
At least it's not 11k. It's a 1k goal swing. What, the law was stolen by the Spear Destruction? What?
They did! Oh my god, wait! Wow, okay.
Alright, that's another 1k goal swing. We're making progress.
It's slow but steady, right? You gotta commit to the... Uh-oh.
Oh, we go. Weedy almost got him.
I was close.
I mean, TLID just pump the brakes a little bit. I think they're definitely having a lot of fun, but 2 unfortunate events in a row. Now we get a bit of a quick reset. Even with that lore steal, it is still an average of almost 1k per minute for TLID in terms of their net worth advantage.
Even after a shutdown on your jungler, the lord being stolen somehow, that's Spear of Destruction. I don't even know if Aeonso intended to do that. He just like threw it, wondered, okay, let's see if this will do anything, and they actually stole the lord. If Team Liquid got that lord, they could have ended the game. Like, Aeonso with that play legitimately saved Team Flash a little bit longer.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like an instant replay because a run blocked it, and I think the splash damage still got the lord. Maybe because everyone should be like aggro it outside, but still, Liquid ID very far ahead, and Winnie just got a 4-man set. That is just annihilation. Who cares about the lord, right? He just wipe them up. So that is going to be triple kill for Fabian as Team Liquid ID wipes the floor with Team FLKH. 11 minutes into a game, almost a 14k goal lead. This game is done and dusted. TLID with game 1.
They're called Team Flash because that's how quickly they disappeared in that base fight right there.